What's happening, guys? Welcome back to episode 24. So instead of picking up from the Grand Archives, we're actually going to be starting this episode off from the Road of Sacrifices. So with knocking out Arena's quest, I told you guys there was actually more going on with the quest. However, I thought we had to progress the game a little bit more, so I said we'd be looking into that. Because I know once you make her the Firekeeper, you need to go back to her previous location to get Egon's stuff. But what I didn't have specified in my notes of is what location, what previous location. So it wasn't the location of Firelink you had to revisit. It's actually the original location. So the cold dark cell in the undead settlement. So Road of Sacrifice is at the end of the day it's just gonna be quicker. So that's why we came up from here. Now it's not need be, but I want to make sure we do our best job to cover everything that we're going to cover. So, like I told you guys, his goal, his duty, his charge, I guess you could say, was to protect her until she found her way. She became a firekeeper. She very much found her way, right? So, with that being said, you'll be able to get his weapons right here. And then I wanted to look into something else too, because I guess we could quit out and load back in. I thought we got his armor too. This portion's not confirmed. I knew we'd get his weapons, but I thought we got his armor set too. Don't you love how they hide such obscure things in the game? You complete a quest, and nothing tells you, no one tells you that you need to go back to where the quest started to find items. And this is something that happens a lot. Okay, so that's not confirmed. Like I said, it wasn't confirmed, but I did think that you could go back for stuff, but it doesn't matter. We got what we were after here. So it doesn't matter. Shrine bonfire, last bonfire. We're just gonna try to get on over to the Grand Archives. But with that, that is Arena's quest done, right? So another one knocked out. Now maybe getting his weapons, his armor will spawn here, or you just have to get her bad ending next playthrough to get him. Yeah, if it's not in this spot, then yeah, it's just you're not gonna get him. Not a big deal. You got his weapon, really cool, colossal, great hammer. Can't beat it. So from here, we're gonna go on over to Grand Archives. So as previously stated, Grand Archives will be a two-parter. Now there's a lot going on here. It could be very confusing, very maze-like. There's a lot of hidden secrets, secret passages all over this place, a few gimmicks. But this is, where a lot of the quests are going to end because as far as the main game, this is pretty much the end of it if you're not doing optional content. So once you get the key off the body, you're going to go in. Now you're going to see the Crystal Sage boss. She's a regular enemy now. Now she's going to appear down here. And she's going to be spamming spells. So what you're going to have to do is run up. Once you hit her a few times, she's going to jump and go somewhere else. Now she's going to have 3 locations moving up and up again. Doing this, you have to take her out at the 3rd and final location for a spell book. So that will at least send her on her way. Now, everybody here is casters. That's bullshit you're going to be dealing with, unfortunately. But just so no one gets lost, go back to the main door. And if you were to go in and go over here to the right-hand side, take him, turn around, wait on him, take him, and then go on up top for upgrade mat right here. Now later on we'll get a shortcut which is going to be right here, but it's going to be a while just so you guys know where that's at though. Alright, so with that section done, get into the main room. You're going to see the stairs to the left and then straight ahead. They both lead to the same place. I like to go straight and then to the left here because that puts you right by the crystal lizard so he doesn't run away from you. He doesn't really have the space to do so. So once you get him, if you were to go to the left, that's those same stairs. Alright, so as we proceed, ignore the straight path, go to the left. Be cautious, wait for him to drop. Yep, he'll kind of fall on your head a bit. Grab your soul item, then we just roll off. There's another one's going to drop down. Once you go over to your right, we'll get him. Alright. Sometimes one of those casters, these because they're all mages, is what they really are. So they're going to be casting spells at you. They can also throw wax on you. It will literally weigh you down so much it locks you in place you can't even defend yourself. I think you could swing your weapon, but you cannot roll or anything. Now usually it takes, yeah, they got to do it a few times before it'll get you, but you just gotta be cautious of it. Once we take him out, over here, yep, Titanite scale, right up the stairs here. We get so much good stuff here. One of my favorite armor sets. Like you get some nice stuff going through here. Pretty excited about it. So as we go around the corner, it's gonna be a really hefty knight that will buff up on magic at times. Just be cautious. Now if he goes for his buff, that'll leave him open, so that's good. But as you see, he just got a lot of health. A lot of health, a lot of damage. Thank you. And thank you. Alright, so over here on the right, pick up another chunk. And then right here is what's widely considered to be the best chime in the game. So if you're doing one of the super obscure Faith Int builds, it's not really pyromancy, but you know, Faith Int, using like dark and stuff like that, that's what you're going to want to go with. I think it's 1818 requirements. So if you were to go over, right here. So Crystal Chime, yep, 18 Int, 18 Faith, 20 spell buff. We don't reach the requirements, obviously, but yes, one of the best ones. So these two are probably the best two casting tools in the game. So you have talismans for faith, you have staffs for intelligence, and then chimes is hybrid builds. So these are different tools for. I mean, if you're doing these games, there's a lot to learn. When it comes to builds you can put together, there's a lot to learn that you might not understand for a while. It takes multiple playthroughs. Now, as we progress, oh shit, we have to go back and talk about the wax, yep. As you progress, get that lizard straight ahead. Now, this one won't aggro because of that, I guess that beam's in the way, so it doesn't see you. We'll grab that. I meant to talk about this, but when we went for the chime, I just, overlooked it. So, there's a gimmick here. If you notice, when we went for that crystal lizard, there's a bunch of spirits that reached out of the books, and they're building up curse on you. So, if you dunk your head in this wax, it only lasts for a few minutes, but it shuts all that down. Not only will you not take damage, but you will also not, no curse will build up. So it completely protects you. So it just shuts down that whole gimmick. Now, right where we got your first crystal lizard up the stairs, if you just break through this stuff so you can see it, there's going to be a lever. It's going to be your first hidden passage. Now with that, we can go on over to the left side, pick up your soul. It's going to be a little hidden passage here. We can pick up a spell and then a whip. That's Witch's Locks. Alright, so that section's all clear. Moving forward, we're going to go to the left. Now, if you don't have wax on, you're going to be at risk here. Let's check our Titanite skills, because we're upgrade one weapon. I think you need 16 per weapon, so you'll be able to bring up a second boss. But towards the end of the game, you can. For the whole playthrough, I said, hey, pick one, stick with it. But at the end of the game, of course, you'll be able to get more. But if you're upgrading multiple as you go through, you're going to be screwed. You're not going to have what you need. Now, right here is going to be a shortcut. If you're going the main door, through that awning to the right, that's where this is. And Crystal Lizard, right here. Now, the witch's next location is right up top there. You already see her. They're the most pain in the ass things in the game. Now, as we proceed, you're going to go between these two shelves, pull this lever. This is a hidden passage. It's actually going to get you one of the rarest items in the game, a Titanite slab. Now, when we progress, let's go forward and I want to clear this whole level out real quick, because we're about to have to go back down to do a boost and grab some items. But we'll go ahead and grab your chunk. Let's reapply our wax. Alright. Because now when you go up the other side, we're going to have to do a trick jump to get some stuff. Now that's your next area. I'm going to see if we can go ahead and at least while we're here, get rid of Crystal Sage. Oh, they fucked us, didn't they? Yeah, it's okay. I never saw them. They usually spawn on the other side of the staircase, so I wasn't even expecting it. When you go up there on the left side, they'll drop down for the bookshelves, but they shouldn't have hit us from there. It's okay. We have a shortcut, but we're not going to take it. This is actually gonna happen, so we can grab our Titanite side real quick. So you gotta go through her whole bullshit again. If you die, every time. You have to go through all 3 locations, it spawns. There's the first again. So we do want to take the main path, just like we did before. Take her out. This time we're going to go to the right, so wait on him again. And this path is now open, granting you a Titanite slab. Remember, they're so limited, guys. You want to make sure you don't miss any of these. There you are. So we'll just go through it again. You could take the shortcut, but I don't want any enemies left alive. You want to try to do this in one swift run like we do a lot of the times. Best you can, at least. Leaving this many enemies alive, it's not good. You know, it's not good at all. Did we dunk? Okay. I didn't see the wax. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we just dunked her head. Let's not let her get behind us. Alright, let's do it again. Like I said, I like to try to clear it level by level. Smart to do. Or we're going to get a situation like we just were. Go outside for some homeward bones. And you can go up from outside and then just come behind these enemies. We could try it this way. It's not the way I had it planned, but it might help. So if you were to go up this ladder right here, that's where your crystal sage is, and that's pretty much right where we died. So hopefully we can get her to move on. There we go. Now we're right back where we were before. And remember, we still have the thralls that want to jump down on you, but this allowed us to do it from behind. Now, crystal sage can still reach you. Don't get it fucked up. She can still reach you until you get rid of her third and final spot. Now we're going to go to this side. Heal up. Heal up. I'm telling you, it's really annoying, I know. It gets better once she's gone. And we're going to grab this, and then you want to run and jump all the way to the far right. Best you can. That's going to pick up Evelyn. Now you can just roll off. Heal. And that puts you right where that shortcut was. So we'll be able to pick up right where we left off. However, all those enemies are going to be dead. So it's better than resting. Now we're not far from getting rid of Crystal Sage. So until then, I mean, she could reach you anywhere. It does not matter where you are. You know, so don't overthink it. She will eventually go away. So now we can go right back up. Because we know the whole first level's cleared. Second level's pretty much cleared. Start working our way up to the third. Thank you. He'll usually throw shit. That's why I was kind of holding off a minute. Heal. God, she sucks. Around the corner for him. Titanite scale. And before you go down, you're going to want to break this. And you don't want to go down yet, but I'm trying to say we're going to clear all this out. So go ahead and get your Titanite scale. Then did she drop something? I think she did. Cool. Alright, so before you progress, right over here is an illusionary wall with arguably the best looking armor set in the game, if not probably tied for the best looking set in the game. Now, this is going to be your last Frostbite night. Irithyll night. Still a very dangerous enemy. Alright, always is. Yeah, I figured. I felt like my roll, the pattern of my roll wasn't lined up to dodge that hit. far as the run backs, guys, when you start getting your shortcuts, it's not going to be as bad. At first, it's pretty fucking rough, if you ask me. It really is. And you got to deal with her every fucking time. All 3 spots. Does not change. I'm gonna see if we could just avoid all this shit. There's a shortcut where we could drop these boat cases. So nice to get, man. We're gonna do this just like we did before. So this time when we go up, we don't care about anything on the right side. It's, you know, it's done. If you guys want to take them out, go for it. It's just, you know, more bullshit. There you go. You're about dead on your second location. Better get out of here. Alright. So we're just going to kill enough. I mean, whoever's on this level with us needs to go, so they don't, you know, get behind us. Oh, she got us. We cannot move. She even can't even roll. We're so tied down. You'll get out of it eventually. Just keep trying to dodge. Yep, there you go. We got you anyways, didn't we, bitch? I did not dunk my head in wax, so we gotta be careful here. That curse will build up very quickly. Alright, let's give this guy another shot. Might be better off doing a charged heavy instead of weapon art, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. Weapon art should be doing more damage, but we might be better off. Yeah, we did way more damage with just a regular charged heavy. Isn't that wild? I hope we can at least interrupt. Bye-bye. You get my armor, bitch. Alright, that's your Outrider set. Like I said, I think this is the best looking set, or just really close for the best looking set. And it depends on your opinions and your taste for sure. But to me, I really, really enjoy this armor. Even now, with all these playthroughs. Look at that. Isn't that nice looking? Really dope. I mean, you guys might feel different, but to me, I think that just looks absolutely phenomenal. Really dope. So, without going through this area, you would still miss your platinum because we need a spell right here. It's really important you guys, you know, get all these locations. And it still takes 3 playthroughs to get all your spells, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, having every single one you can get out the base game, your first playthrough, it's going to help. Not to mention going to DLCs or New Game Plus, you have stronger spells, stronger setup. Alright, so going on down, first we're going to go far over here, pick that up, and then we're going to open up a shortcut before we go for the Crystal Sage. This is important, because if we die again, which we very well may, we don't have such a bad run back. I feel like we weren't even by you. Oh, don't let her do the quick slashes. Bye-bye. So that'll be the spell book. We can now finish up Orbek's quest. Before we progress on, right over here is your ring. That's 5 for int. The only one you're missing now is 5 for faith, which we'll get later on. Now, don't feel like you have to do this. It just kind of goes with clearing your area, but there are no items to get. So don't feel like you have to do it, but he's here. Alright, so now we got him. You're going to see other areas like this. You just got to get it later on. And we could do a drop right here for some upgrade mats, and we will, but not before we get our next shortcut, which is literally right here. You can't just send this down. You have to write it down. Then with that, we're going to go close out Orbek's quest real quick. Because going through here, we got 111,000 souls. The last spells we need to buy to finish this quest line are really expensive. It's going to cost us like 40,000 or more. Well, fuck, I guess we should at least do the drop. Yeah, let's at least do the drop. Otherwise, when we come back up, we're going to have to do that again and go back and do it again. Because with this, all we got to do is do our drop, then we get Swarmer Bone out. So instead of going up, we're going to go back down, then right here on the right-hand side. Roll on down carefully. Drop. Get him. A few Titanite scales. And right here just where that knight was. So there's no need to fight him. But I did want to show it off so no one thought we were missing anything. Oh, we're following people now, are we? Goodbye. Yeah, I guess not. Shit. How about now? In fact, might as well save my Homeward Bone if we're already down here. Got us extra 6,000. Definitely use that. Alright, so for Orbek's quest, like I said at the start, we need to kill him for Yuria for the hidden ending. It's one of the things she asked us to do. So if you have not got the dialogue from her about killing Orbek, make sure you have that. Now this is going to get you a lot of items. Really cool. A couple rings, a weapon, all types of shit. So for one, I'm going to give him your crystal scroll. Then you have to buy that for 18,000, 15,000, and 10,000. Now with that, you have all of his spells. Now, you're going to have to go through his dialogue because that completes... And you could have got one of the rings earlier by getting a few of them, but it doesn't matter. You just do it all now. So, his dialogue, it just talks about moving on. Guardian Dragon Ring, Silent Ally, Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring. And eventually he'll say, you've done quite well. There's nothing else to learn from me.
Give this well.
Time to pack my bags. So, this part... is where you can mess up if you don't know. We need his ashes for Yuri's questline. It's important. Now, he moves somewhere within the Grand Archives, and you got to go find his body and get his ashes. I found this to be inconsistent. I've seen a glitch where he doesn't show up in the right spot. So you could lose out on that if you cannot find his body. So if you guys want to do it the technical right way, you can do that. But for us in the walkthrough, we're not taking a chance. We're just going to kill him right here. It ends the same. We get his ashes. You know, whether you get him here or there, it doesn't matter. This is the surefire way to get his quest done correctly. Now, if you were to, you have a choice to make. You can give his ashes to her, the handmaiden, and then buy all those spells back, but we've already got all the spells because we're doing this quest, right? So there's no reason to do that. Instead, we can give her ashes of proof we killed him, and she's going to give you a weapon. So, Morian Blade. Blood loss, short sword, straight sword, it's okay. If it was a great sword, I'd use it for sure, but since it's not, I don't really have interest in it. And with that, you might be able to pull 2 levels here.
Welcome.
Yep.
Farewell, Ashen One.
No, it's not enough. We'll hold off. Yeah, it's not enough. We're at like 40. 41. God, it's getting up there. Alright, let's go check our time. So from here, back to Grand Archives. Now, we're not far off for what we had planned for this episode. We're going to get, you know, probably about 70% done. And there's still going to be, you know, a little bit left for next episode, obviously. Oh, we don't have that one yet. That's one we're trying to get. But, you know, we have a very difficult boss fight to do, which is going to take a good portion of our episode. Then we'll have everything done here besides, like, the last little bit. But we do want to get up to, you know, that lift. So to do this, we're going to go on in, take your first lift here. We should have backtracked first, dip our head in wax. Yeah, because if we don't, we're really going to regret it. Alright, it's kind of shitty, but you are going to really want to go back and dip your head in wax over here. Because we have to take these guys out. They're all surrounded by bookshelves, so you guys know what that means. And if you don't do this, you're in for a bad time. Where are you guys at? Just drop down already, damn it. Jesus! Alright, well, hopefully they don't follow us. I'm not risking it. They about to, I mean, because you're in game now, I mean, even the fucking thralls are doing so much fucking damage, dude. And they can put you down quickly. So to save a run back, we'll let them slide this time. And we could probably kill them, but why take the chance? Alright, so now your head has been dipped in wax. We're just going to go around, take all these guys out. Otherwise, you're most likely, you know, there's a really good chance you get cursed here. It's not worth it. We got a quick little run to ensure our survival. I'll take it. There we go. So we'll go grab our items first. Let's get our stuff right here, upgrades. So, Titanite scale. Then there's a ladder that leads up here, but there's no actual items to get, so don't worry about it. Now, as we go up, what we want to do first is go over here to the right. Get him. Get your ring. Now we got the tricky part. So, moving forward, we're going to go try to wrap up the Greirat's quest. So what you're going to do first is go down here. Now, there's going to be gargoyles all over these roofs, so do be cautious for it. So should you go for that item? Here he is. Oh, he interrupted my attack. That's not very nice. See how he's blocking with his wings? That's what I told you about. Now you can try to circle around him like that. It doesn't always work, but you know, it can, as you see. Take him out. We're sticking to the bottom portion for the time being. Now this part is fucking rough. I'm not gonna lie, this part's rough. So all the guys from not the Undead Settlement, but the Crucifixion Woods, I guess, are right down here. Now it sucks is they are all gonna spaz out on you. And so easy to get fucking killed. It's really easy to get killed with that. They just don't fucking stop, it feels like, you know what I mean? So, like I said, it's really rough. You'd probably be better coming down here like a quick weapon, like your irritable straight sword or something like that. Get, you know, big damage boost with, you know, as your hits land, and then on top of that, just having something fast, right? Something light, quick, to help deal with them. Either way, once you got them down, we'll follow this around. So when we took that knight out earlier, that's just right above that. Where is it? We're out of time. Yeah, we're just gonna go over a little bit. We still got quite a bit before that lift, but it goes quick. So either way, staying to the bottom, what you're gonna do is get to this corner, run, jump. There's poor Greirat. We sent him out to pillage for the last time. And if you actually went through the dialogue, they were talking about how anyone that tried to pillage from here got killed, right? But he was like, fuck it, I'll take the risk. And then he ended up getting killed. So sad end for him, especially after we did so much to save his fucking life, right? Then as you see, that just puts you all the way back down. And when I say back down, I mean back down to what we've already done. However, right here, it's going to put us right back where we want to be. Fight these guys if you want to, y'all. for us, we could just drop here. Go up the stairs again. Now we can get back to the rooftop and, you know, continue our route. I guess you guys could have homered boned out and took the lift up if you really wanted to. I find it really tedious to do if I don't have to. You know, you're sitting here with 7 heals. Plus we just used one, so we had 8. I felt, you know, like we were fine. Plus these guys are all still dead. Hold on 1 second. I had a light of cigarette. I've not had a cigarette for so long. I try not to smoke when I'm recording, and yes, I smoke. Get over it, you know. But I try not to when I'm recording. But when we're going for these longer episodes, I'm like, shit, because I've just done like 3 back to back. I'm like, fuck, I had a cigarette like an hour and a half, bro. I'm dying here. It's a crazy thing to say. I'm dying without a cigarette, but it is what it is. Either way, guys, going on up. There's gonna be multiple gargoyles, like 4 or something altogether. There's so many. Oh, you bitch. And I'm pretty sure you gotta fight 2 at once when you get to the top. And then on top of that, there's gonna be crystal lizards. Thank you. I actually wanted to kill him so we can get, try to get his weapon. Thank you, dude. That was cool as shit of you. Usually one always runs off. Yep, that is stamina. Gotta watch that stamina. Thank you. None of them have dropped their weapons yet, unfortunately. So if you were to go over this way, you're eventually going to find a window where you can drop in at. Everything under you has already been done, so we're not worried about it. That's where you initially came out from. But we don't want to do this. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess we have to, son of a bitch. We just have to loop back around again. Just for that one item. It wasn't important, but I don't want to leave anything on the table. That first drop of pass, that's the one you really want. This right forward, we have to fight 2 of these fuckers. Alright, tough guy. Not a single weapon drop. Isn't that remarkable? Absolutely remarkable. Either way, if you were to follow this roof all the way around, like I said, there's going to be a window you can go inside. But we still have that other area to do. So what you're going to have to do is go in this way. First of all, we'll knock her out. But we have to loop back around again, unfortunately. But to be honest, it's really not that bad. Because you could just do it backwards. I'll show you what I mean. So, you get a shortcut right here. You can drop there and loop if you want to. Or, if you go this way, that's the last area we're going to do, right there. So, before we go out, this does let us kind of do the zone backwards. But yeah, you can go in the front way and then go this way, but you'd miss that item on the roof. That's, you know, that's the big thing. Which, you know, it's fucking Titanite truck. You got plenty. So it's up to you guys. So you can do it either way. But if we would have took that original jump down to this ledge, this is where you would be. Right? So that was that part of the roof. But we would have missed an item. That's what I was thinking about at first. Is like, I don't give a fuck about it. But I'm like, well, what if someone else does? So we decided to take it. God, how's he not dead, bro? And we'll change that, but shit, there's so much health. Alright, so the next part is gonna be a bit tricky. We have an invasion event, but it's 3 invaders. One guy's got blood loss, one is a mage, and the one has the fucking great axe. So, like I said, it's gonna be a good time. Now, since they're invaders, you kill one, I never checked this, so I was taking notes, I want to look real quick. But if you kill one, it won't respawn, so if it takes you a couple times, you know, it is what it is. The lift is right in that building over there, too, so if you're worried about it, you might want to go for that first. thank God. I was hoping he wouldn't run off the way. There you go. He's probably the biggest threat. This guy's fast, and he does have blood loss, but the guy with the great axe is a bigger risk. And this one's just annoying. Her damage output's pretty damn good too, but her health is pretty shitty. I love how we made that look really easy. I swear to God, it's usually not. I promise you, I wasn't just making shit up. This shit is not easy typically, like, at all. At all. If it goes like that, all the better. So it's going to get you staff. Shield is very, very much worth a mention right here. This lets you parry spells. Check it out. You see that? So if someone's casting a spell at you, you can actually parry it. Not to mention, it's probably the most beautiful shield in the game, or close to. I do like it. Sometimes most of the time, I like shields with no skill. That means I don't have to sit here and two-hand every time I want to use my weapon art. But, I mean, if you're going to have a shield with a parry, better be a spell parry. One thing I've always been confused about in these games, though, if you get a shield with spell parry, can you still regular parry with it? You know? And it might sound dumb to some people, but I feel like it's a legitimate question. Alright, so before we close on out, it's going to be really close for 2 levels. We're almost at that 40 mark, though. Of strength wrapped up with. Be nice. Oh, look at that, guys.
Farewell, Ashen
We need
One.
30,000. I think we have it, though. I think we have it. That's like 40 right there, isn't it? Yeah. We're gonna be short, son of a bitch. Not much short. We're gonna be a little short.
Welcome. Very that hey.
So strength is done. So from this point forward, rest of the game, it's dex, dex, dex. Now, as I mentioned before, you know, recommended quality build, getting guys through the base game. But if we move forward with the walkthroughs for either DLC, I'm probably respecing something pretty creative. You guys should too. You'll have every item in the game. You'll have 5 respecs you could use. You have a lot going on for yourselves. Like I said, I recommend builds to get you through the base game. Once you've done that, you know, feel free to do whatever the hell build you want. You're more than ready. If you got through the game, you could obviously get through anything else. I mean, you don't have to take recommendations anyways, but I think it would help. Like with our weapon, we just sit here and do charged heavy thrust attacks, knock an enemy on the ground before they're getting up. We're doing another one, so, you know, it just helps. But either way, guys, with that, we're going to wrap on up. The next episode will conclude this area and the next boss. And at that point, all that's left of the main game is to take out the final boss of the game. That's it. However, we still have 2 secret locations. So moving forward, we will wrap that up and take out the boss here, which will be your last Lord of Cinder. But then, before we take out the final boss, we have some stuff to do for our last steps to lock in our ending, and then our 2 hidden locations. So we'll be, you know, working on that, then taking out the final boss. But, you know, we are getting close, guys. I'd say probably 5 episodes left, if that. So either way, we will catch up back here shortly.